This video proudly brought to you by Sniper Photography, the leader in car show photography and photographic tuition. Now here's your host, Glenn Samuel.
Hey, good afternoon everybody. My name's Glenn, I'm from Sniper Photography. Look, just recently I was posting some of my images up to a well-known Facebook page, an actual group pertaining to a particular old model Australian built motor vehicle. And it's a really good group, and I really enjoy taking photos of, or taking images of these specifically built Australian motor cars. They're very old. I'm not going to mention the name because I don't want to disclose the page either, but they're a very, very good group, and I'm glad I'm a member of it. And the comments and the feedback that I receive from the images that I place on that Facebook page or that group are really, really good, really, really encouraging. Really good. Now, I've been doing this for some time, as everybody knows, but every now and again you come across or you receive something from a narc. Now, I'll explain this. I don't want to bore you, but just hang in and just listen to me what I've got to say on this. It pertains to watermarking. This particular fellow left a couple of comments on one of the images I posted to this Facebook page or this group, and I'll read them out to you and I'll let you make up your own mind. I've dealt with this fellow, so but I'll just read it to you, and it's a basic. I'm going to explain why I watermark images. But first up, the reason why good photographers watermark their images, basically to protect their work. I mean, would you guys write out a cheque and not sign it and hand it to somebody? No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't do that. And it's the same with us photographers. We watermark our images, and it's to protect our work. I have had images used without my permission, which I don't like. If they want to use my images, certainly they can, as long as they ask me. But I know I put them out there for people to see and to possibly use with my watermark, which is fine. Basically, we watermark our images, photographers watermark our images to protect our work. But this fellow, the narc that he is, seemed to take offence to watermarking or the watermarking of my images. And he wrote the first comment like this: Glenn, in big bold letters, in other words, he's screaming, "What's with the watermark? It spoils the images, it spoils the photographs. I can't believe you could take photos of people's cars without their permission." You still with me? "I can't believe people would pay you for your images without you even asking them, could you take photos of their vehicle?" Well, I wrote back to this Mr. Beep Beep, I'm not going to mention his name, but he is a dope. And this is what I said to him. I said, "Thank you, Mr. Beep Beep. I watermark my images to protect my images. Plenty of people know my photography. I've been doing this for over 35 years and have been watermarking ever since. It is to protect our images so people won't steal them. I hope that helps you out." Pertaining to people selling my images, people buy a lot of my images. A lot. I do sell quite a lot to the people that I take photographs of their vehicles. In actual fact, they come up to me and they ask me, could I take a photo of their vehicle? Then they ask two other questions. One, where can I see them? And two, do I sell them? And I answer yes to both of them. So I hope that helps you out, Mr. Beep Beep. Then he writes back. This fellow, quite frankly, obviously has nothing to do with his time. But remember how he started the conversation with Glenn in big bold letters. This is what I wrote. This is what he wrote back again. This went on over a period of a couple of days, but I've shortened it. "I can't believe that you're allowed to take photos in public of people's private vehicles on public land, even though it's a paid event. Question mark. I can't believe that you're able to go out there and take photos of people's property. Question mark." Dear oh dear. I wrote back to this Mr. Beep Beep and said this, and this is where I put him back in his box. I said, here in Australia, a photographer is able to go out in public and photograph anybody or anything without permission, because Australia doesn't have a Bill of Rights. We don't. We're not the United States. That's one thing you just learnt. I am able to photograph anything or anyone on public land. Everything's fair game. I don't photograph children. I don't photograph schools, government buildings or airports. I don't do that. Not interested in that, and that's against the law. But also, people don't mind having their cars photographed. In actual fact, they quite like it. I know a lot of people have spent lots and lots of money, thousands and thousands, a couple of $100,000 on a car. Probably because you haven't got that money, but they don't have good quality photographs of the vehicles. So that's where I provide my services. I hope that helps you out, Mr. Beep Beep. Then he writes back, well, yes, they do answer my questions, but I just wanted to know, and I'm always trying to learn things. I didn't write back. I believe I handled it professionally in the best way I could. But there's a couple of things I need to say, and one of them is this. He said he likes to learn things, this fellow. Well, there's one thing he didn't learn, and that was good old plain old-fashioned manners. Do us all a favour, Mr. Beep Beep, and go and take a couple of Panadol, pour yourself a cold stiff drink or a cup of tea or a coffee, and go and lay down for an hour. Do us all a favour, and then, and only then, you might wake up and learn some manners. Thank you guys, you've been watching Sniper Photography. I hope you realise now why we watermark our images. But as I always say, please keep subscribing to this YouTube channel, Sniper Photography, liking the Facebook page, Sniper Photography, and Instagram. There's plenty more to come from Sniper Photography, and I want to thank all the people that like my images, like the work that I do, like the tuition that I provide. I really, really appreciate that, guys. I really, really do. So, as I always say, be nice to yourself, family and friends, but most of all, you have fun, keep smiling, and bye for now.